All right, welcome to the team meeting. It is time to get started. Yay! We are going to get started with the meeting. We're also going to go live on the meeting as well. And so hopefully we'll be here. First, are you going to? The things. What am I trying to say, Lisa? Read my mind. Good stuff. Got it. Oh my goodness. All right. Whoops, not pin post. We're still getting all this technology part down.
Do you want me to do it on my phone?
Team meeting. I've got mine completely charged. Okay. All right. Welcome to the team meeting. All right, if you're here and you're live, try not to go live on the team meeting because too many people on the website makes it start to crash. So everyone say hello to our people who are on. Hi, girls who are on the other Zoom meeting. So what do we do first, ladies? On-time drawing. On-time drawing. All right, where did I put my, here it is. Oh, I couldn't find my script. All right, so on-time drawing. So here we go. Here's our on-time drawing. Let me hear a drum roll, please. Did they come? Who's on?
Marvelous.
All right. Last team meeting. Started. All right. Well, we got $5.
Another one?
I know.
What?
All right. So 5, 10, 15, 20. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. $35, everybody. All right, so what happens if you had brought someone, Heather?
I would have won all that money.
You would have got all that money in the
Why
bucket.
didn't you come, people?
So, what do we always want to bring to the team meeting?
Friends.
Yes, people who are interested in the business. If you do money, if not, I put $5 more in the pot. So we're up to $35 in the pot. So make sure that you are inviting people to the meeting. All right, so we got some dollars in the dollar drawing. Who's feeling lucky? I do not have $1 to draw. And look who there is. Heather! Hey, Reese, I think we need to go get a lottery ticket. All right, congratulations. And the dollar drawing is just because there's no dollar, right? Right? It totally pays for your gas. It does right now because gas is so cheap. Okay, so
Did you turn this off?
if you had voice, did someone say something?
Not me, but can you hear me? I tried to turn it off.
Okay.
I tried to turn it off. Can you still hear me?
We can still hear you.
Uh-oh.
Is that you, Morgan?
Okay, I turned it off.
Nope, I can still hear you. Can you guys still hear me? Can you hear me now? Okay. Say something, Morgan. Oh, good. We can't hear you. Yay! All right. So, and poor Kirsten, I'm like, hello. I'm all on top of her. Okay. So, dun, dun, dun. All right. So, this is October team meeting. All right. So, we also have some guests in the room. Stand up if this is your first team meeting you've attended. Yay! All right. So, come around and say hi to everybody on here. This is Katie. Katie and I had a party together. Was it May? May, we had a party together, and she was pregnant with her little baby girl. Yay! And so she said, hey, when I have this kid, I want to start. So she had her kid, and she just signed up on the 1st. And so we already did her Go Show last night, because we do Go Shows within how many hours now? Within 48 hours. We're going faster. So Go Shows within 48 hours. So we also have Morgan. Everybody wave hi to Morgan. Morgan's first team meeting. Morgan and I met at a party last month, and she became a virtual consultant. So we did her Go Show within 48 hours, and then we did her second Go Show because we always give them 2 dates. So she got hers done. And then you want to come say hi to Chelsea?
Yes, Chelsea's on there.
Hi, Chelsea!
I interviewed Chelsea last year, and she never signed up. And she messaged me
Should we talk real loud so they can
the
hear
night
you?
of our opportunity event and said, "Is it too late?" I said, "It's never too late." So she was on the opportunity event, signed before it was over. So,
Chelsea! Yep, hi, Sam! All right, so I don't think we have anybody else who's brand new on here. Let's see here. Nope. All right, so welcome to all of our guests. We love having guests at our team meeting. So hopefully next month you guys will get to meet another Jessica, because I'm getting ready to hire another Jessica. I don't know how many Jessicas we have now, but we have a bunch of J's. And then Nicole White also joined our team. She joined my team last month as well. So yay! Stand up if you earned the apron last month. Woohoo! Caitlin, Crystal, Mariah, Heather, Chelsea, Lisa, Tracy, Leah, Jessica, all earned the apron last month. And if you posted your picture of you in your apron because you sold $750 in sales last month, then your name went into the drawing for what?
free stuff.
20 PC dollars. All right, so our winner is Crystal. It's a very nice day. So she gets 20 PC dollars. Congratulations. And everybody who earned the apron who posted a picture of themselves had their name put in. So you didn't ever post a picture of yourself, silly goose. So, all right. So congratulations, the apron is fun, the apron is cute. New consultants, yours comes in your kit. So it's very fun, it's very soft, it's kind of long, but the apron was a lot of fun. All right, let's see here. Stand up if you earned points towards sea or sand last month. If you submitted sales, you earned points. Woohoo! All right, yay! We love the vacation on Pampered Chef. So every time you sell $1 in product, you get a point, and points equal trips. Every time you sponsor someone and they complete their $12.50 in sales, you get how many points? 3,000 points. When you qualify, you get 3,000 points. Okay, so points equal trips. If you ever go on a Pampered Chef trip, you will never not go on a Pampered Chef trip ever again. All right, they are unbelievably awesome. Like, I cannot even express to you how amazingly awesome it is. If you guys can't see Lisa, but she's going like this. Okay, so let's see here. Stand up if you hit a milestone sales mark. So we had, yeah, go ahead, stand up, Kirsten. Kirsten qualified! Laura Corrigan hit 30,000 in sales. So those are really awesome. Alrighty, so we're gonna do an icebreaker. So let's see how creative we can be by making up a Pampered Chef tall tale. All right, so we're gonna make up a Pampered Chef tall tale. So all of you who are muted, you're gonna have to unmute yourself because we're gonna come around to you as well. So the only rule is that each team member has to end and start their sentence with the word suddenly. Suddenly. You're gonna, whoever starts is gonna end it with suddenly, and everybody after that has to start with suddenly and end with suddenly, okay? So start the story with the sentence that ends in suddenly. The next person has to add on to their own story until everyone has went around, all right? So I went to my very first Pampered Chef show, and suddenly, Crystal,
I ran to the kitchen suddenly.
I got this.
Uh-huh.
Because it did happen.
Really loud.
Suddenly, I chipped my rock crock.
Oh no!
Suddenly.
The water overboiled. Suddenly.
Suddenly.
I cried for 3 hours.
Suddenly, Mariah. She cried for 3 hours.
Oh.
We can't hear you. You have to unmute.
I finally got to unmute.
There we go.
Suddenly I couldn't find a box of Kleenex.
Couldn't find a box of Kleenex, Kelsey. Kelsey?
Sorry, I didn't know how to unmute.
Okay.
Couldn't find a box of Kleenex, and I couldn't find the bathroom suddenly.
Oh, we need a paper chef tool to come back in our story. All right, Morgan, suddenly.
I called Jennifer, of course.
And
Suddenly.
and suddenly I found, I think I accidentally unclicked live recording. All right. And suddenly I found, let's see here. I found another rock crock, Debbie. Suddenly, Debbie, are you with us? I don't think that's working. All right, you girls can remute. And suddenly, Katie.
Suddenly, I was able to make the food that I was trying to make.
Yay! Uh-oh.
Suddenly, 30 guests showed up. Suddenly.
Oh my gosh.
And suddenly, everybody wanted $100 more with me.
Yay! Suddenly, everybody wanted to spend $100 more.
Everyone wanted to join my team.
Yay! And then suddenly $100,000 party! All right, so we're just going to kick off here with a little bit of recognition. Who likes recognition? All right. Sales last month. Sales last month. Alright, so raise your hand if you did 715 sales. You get a raise, you get a 2% increase. You put in 750 or more in sales. Please do 1250 in sales. Why is 1250 important? You get another raise. You get another 2,500. Everybody went down except for Caitlin. Caitlin did $3,018. So that means Caitlin was our #1 seller. Number 2 was Crystal Miller. $276.13. Mariah was number 3, $1,775. You pulled it out at the last second. I know. All right. Can you? Everybody over 1250? No one over 1250. Yay, Kelsey! So then we also had, so congratulations Caitlin for being #1. We had $1,000 shows. Girls, we had $10,000. Lisa Dockery from $1,000.55. Go, Lisa! $1,803. Caitlin Ray, $1,208.70. Mariah Crane. Mariah has a $1,236.77 party. Yours truly, $1,463. Yours truly, $1,734.82.
Don't step on the kitty.
Work smarter, not harder. Work smarter, not harder. All right, so our top show was Mariah with $1,236.77. All right, so if you had $1,000, so let's see here. Actually, okay, so we can. Those of you who can close to see Heather, Mariah, Crystal, and Caitlin, come on down. Come on down, hit court. All right, so hit 1250. What do ribbons do for you, Heather?
Heather, are you wearing a Nicole?
In March, we will come out with new products. And we'll have all
Oh, she didn't hear me.
so far. And you get to use each ribbon is worth $1. All right, unless it's one ribbon. And that one ribbon is called Beat My Director. How much is Beat My Director worth? $5. $5. So you just use your ribbon to buy all the products off my table that you want with your ribbon. Okay? So make sure that you hold on to your ribbons. You are accountable for bringing ribbons back. So how do you bring ribbons? You want to sell $1,000 shows. Beat my just shut up. Beat My Director. I show average. Anyone over 1250, if you do 15 shows in 1 month. I saw the pug, Kelsey. You have ribbons for that. All right, so how did you guys like that party recognition? Selling skills. Effective selling skills. Effective selling skills. Yeah. Sellers. Spit it out. Sellers. Okay. All right.
I go. You want to be the diva? You want to be the rapper?
Ooh, could be the beat one.
Okay, I'll be the rapper.
All right.
All right. Yeah, because
Right, Tupac. Big L. That's right. I'm Tupac. Okay.
so to join us in our rap, you want you want to be able to sell with skill. You got to know more than just a little. Post and guess will finish to the grill. You can even teach them how to grill. Don't be so excited that you grill. What's the bonus of that? What's the bonus of that? Pay your
Eva, not on the table. Or on your paper.
Talking about effective selling skills, all kidding aside, you may be comfortable knowing a lot about the product that you want to be well versed on. They're comfortable with
Their product that you're
Do that.
one comfortable and one
Did anybody bring a product?
I have a picture of me with a rock from last night.
6:31 that I missed. So
Oh, that's okay. That's okay.
So, all right.
That's okay. You can just speak it.
I was gonna say, yeah, you don't have to have it. If you got a catalog, you can open up your catalog and
Yeah, there you go. Ask the team members to work in pairs. So you guys are gonna split off 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2.
Okay.
Work with the leaders. It's okay if you have duplicate products, like if you think Proctor Hard's so and so to you, that's okay. But you each just kind of think in your mind, and I'll give you a piece of paper and you can write it on there. So what you're gonna do is we're gonna talk about the one product that we sell well and the one that you're not as confident talking about. We're gonna use the handout, and it's gonna kind of give you some more ideas or help you be creative in terms of how to sell those products that are harder for you, or how to talk more effectively about the products you do like, or easier, okay?
Perfect.
So I'm gonna hand this out to you.
I'll hand them out.
Okay, they're two-sided. And I think it's one for each person, even though there's 2 people on the team. So, and take a quick look over it. We'll talk about it real quick, and then we'll break off.
All right, and then Laura, what you can do with the computer, so that
Oh,
you can go through it and show them the computer,
Okay.
and just walk through it with everybody who's on the computer.
Okay. Everybody got one? Okay. So the first selling skill, you're going to focus on the features and benefits, which is something that we always talk about. The feature, so what? What does that feature do for you? That's your benefit. Okay? So you're going to ask yourself, so what? And use bridge words to answer the so what question. And some bridge words are, it has a ceramic glaze, which means, Crystal, on the rock crock, what would be the benefit of that? A ceramic glaze on the inside of the rock crock. That, and you can use it in the different, which means is a bridge word. So you're saying this is the feature, then you're using some bridge words or connective words, and then you're listing the benefit. So the ceramic glaze, which allows you to use the dishwasher. Yeah. So that's the idea on the first one, okay? Second one, you'll paint a picture, you'll sell the sizzle. Describe a real life situation that will help sell the product. How do you use the product best? And let's do this on the products that you're not comfortable with. Include a sense of taste, smell, or touch. So be descriptive when you're talking to people. You may think just showing them is enough, but no, you've got to, use a little bit of that selling ability that you all carry inside of you. What is emotional appeal? How does it make you feel to have dinner on the table real quickly? So then number 3, you're going to talk about your product usage. Who needs this product? When do they need it? Why do they need it? Example, a senior citizen needs help with kitchen tasks. So list people and potential places or situation where this product could be used. 4, tell it well. Use descriptive verbiage. Avoid overusing adjectives. A couple months ago, we had a thing that Jennifer gave us that we can post again that gave a lot of different words you can use rather than fantastic and awesome. And I refer to it all the time. I have it in the front of my training. So use your power words: healthy, versatile, sustainable, transform, efficient. So you want to think outside the box when it comes to your words, because that's going to capture people's attention. 5, demo tips. Use the product in a recipe. What recipe would you like to feature with the product that you're not comfortable with? Refer to the catalog. Everything you need to know in terms of features and benefits and things like that is in your catalog, and you won't look like a ding-dong using it. So use the end of the citrus peeler to loosen food in the deluxe mini muffin pan. So that's a great example. If someone
Ding-dong.
I love ding-dong. That's a tool that you can use if you don't have a cake tester and releaser. So if everybody's like, oh, what can I use a citrus peeler for? Well, there you go. It's a great tapered item to use. Use products to book and recruit. Create desire to get product free or discounted. Create a desire. We talked about that the last couple months to check out the opportunity and reap rewards. So create a desire for them. Speak to them. Explain yourself and how it has brought you benefits. So we have a broad range of prices from the inexpensive citrus peeler to 2 cookware lines. So you need to include everybody. Even if somebody only buys a couple citrus peelers, maybe that's somebody that you can talk about hosting their own party, because they still need other stuff. Inject humor. Always make them laugh. Always making them enjoy themselves. Make your parties, whatever they are, virtual cooking, so that it would be something that you'd want to go to, because these people are spending their time with you and your host and the guests, and they don't want to waste that time. So, sharing a story. I always tell them about the Great Chili Cornbread Massacre of 2016, which was it was a fun party, but man, I ruined that recipe. It was awful. So, tell tales from the kitchen. Another example, tell them how, you scraped your knuckle at your first show, or you only had 2 people show up to a party and one of them was 7 years old and said he would invite everybody from his first grade. You could have a party. So just tell them tales from the kitchen, tell them tales from your life. And that's what we're going to do, is go through, take the products that you don't feel comfortable with, and use this sheet to kind of think up new ideas on how to use them. And I'll be walking around.
I'm going to take you to the kitchen and let you do it with them.
And I'm going to give Jennifer a leader's guide, and she can help you out if you think it's stuff. You may have any questions.
All right, girls, I'm going to pull up the flyer real quick for you guys so you guys can see it too. So let me scooch over. Dun, dun, dun. La, la, la.
So take the catalog.
All right, here we go. Do-do-do. Do-do. All right, I'm signing in for you guys, and then I'm going to have Miss Laura come through and show you guys the page. All right, so hello. All right, so 1 second, let's find, this was under selling skills. So let me get on to selling and successful selling skills. Here we go. All right, Laura, they're ready for you. All right. Can you guys see the effective selling skills screen? Can you guys see the worksheet? Nope. Someone unmute yourself and tell me if you can see it now. So somebody unmute.
No,
All right. Can you see it now?
I only see a play button.
Okay. Let me see.
Toolbar.
It,
All right. Let me come back. Share screen. That's so weird.
Oh, your phone's ringing.
All right.
oh, there it is.
Okay. So you won't be able to see them, but they can see you, and you can start going through each one.
If they have questions. Hi, guys.
Hi, Laura.
Or hi, or if you can't hear me or whatever. Okay, so if you look at the first portion of this, the left side, it talks about your selling skill. So this is what you want to do with this task. Name a feature. Take a product that you're not comfortable with. Myself, it's the cookware. So you're going to talk about the features and benefits, but you're going to bridge it. You're going to talk about the feature and then use a bridge word and talk about the benefit. So for example, you would say, the citrus peeler has a curved end, which allows you to neatly remove the peel with no mess. So the bridge words there was which allows you to, or which means to. Anybody have any questions about that?
I don't think so.
Okay, so then you go to the second one, and you paint a picture. So sell the sizzle. Describe a real-life situation that will help sell the product. Include a sense of taste, smell,
There's no
Or
way for me
touch.
to do this. I was trying to see if I could.
How's that sound?
Well, they can't see it.
Okay. Sorry, guys. You got like Shaggy Lady holding stuff. So describe a real life situation that will help sell the product. So include a sense of taste, smell, or touch. So, do you use your descriptive words? What are the emotional appeals, How would this help somebody out? So an emotional appeal. See the look of pride and satisfaction on your child's face when he peels an orange by himself with the citrus peeler. So, there's tools in there for the kids that can give them confidence in the kitchen. We talk about that all the time, but adults need it too. So you want to appeal to that. Then number 3, talk about product usage. Who needs this product? When do they need it? Why do they need it? So list people.
So then what we heard you do on this.
Oh.
So you can just start, let's take a product and let's go through it.
Oh, okay. So somebody yell out a product.
Manual food processor.
Okay. So let's start on the first one. Sorry, I didn't realize you guys had already heard this all. So let's focus on the features and benefits. So what's a feature of the manual food processor?
The push down handle.
Which allows you to.
It's not electric, I guess. We should say that.
Okay. So the push down handle, which is the feature, which allows you to.
I'm going to let someone else answer so I don't dominate.
Okay.
Mariah, Morgan,
Easily
Debbie.
work it.
I'm sorry, hon?
It allows you to easily work it.
That's right. It gives you the maximum amount of chopping ability, let's say. How's that sound? Okay, let's list another feature of it. What's another feature of the manual food processor?
It's small. It fits in your cabinet more than a big manual food well, I can't think.
So it's compact size. It has compact size, which means
Easily store it.
there you go. So see how you use that one? You take the feature that you're talking about, let's say the locking handle, which means that it won't fly up and hit you in the face. Right? So you understand what you're doing there. This is something you can do with each product. You can make copies of this and you use it for each of them and kind of incorporate it in your party. So the second one, let's paint a picture, sell the sizzle. Describe a real life situation that would help you sell the manual food processor. Mariah, what's a real life situation that would help you sell the manual food processor?
I always go to my mother-in-law who has arthritis in her hands and used it and loved it because it was so easy to use.
Okay, well that's really good. So that appeals across the masses, I actually am like you. I have a lot of older folks who have the arthritis, and they ask what tools are going to work best for them. Okay, so let's talk about a sense of taste, smell, or touch with the manual food processor.
I like to cut my onions in it because onions always make me cry. So if I put the onions in it, then they don't make me cry.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. So no crying over dinner. good or bad, right? So an emotional peel. See the look of pride and satisfaction on your child's face when he peels an orange by himself with a citrus peeler. What's an emotional peel besides the crying for the manual food processor? You could describe making a salsa in there. How would you emotionally peel someone with salsa?
Well, I think it could just be the same thing. It's easy enough for a child to use. The blades are all contained. It's safe.
Yep.
And
That's
they can-
good.
They
Yeah.
can help with dinner and feel proud.
There you go. That's exactly right. Great. Okay, so let's move on to talk about the product usage. Who needs this product? When do they need it? And why do they need it? So we're using the manual food processor. What's a potential person who could use it? We already talked about the senior citizen, so let's think of someone else.
Well, she said something about the kids using it.
Okay. So they are someone who needs this product so they can help mom or dad in the kitchen. When do they need it?
At dinner, before dinner.
Okay. Let's say they're making a cake for grandma. Or
Gotcha.
a pie. So that's something you could talk about. Hey, you know, when you're making pies for Thanksgiving and you need all those crusts made, the kids want to help you out in the kitchen. So, and why would they need it? Why would someone need the manual food processor? Anyone? Bueller?
It's quicker than chopping everything by hand.
Yes, that's very good. Yeah.
Save time.
And why is that? Why is it quicker than chopping it by hand? I'm just throwing a feature benefit thing out there for you.
Because there's 3 blades and they spin. I don't have my catalog.
Okay. So it has 3 tri-level blades, or I don't know what the term is, which means
That it's cutting faster.
there you go. Great.
Time.
Good. Excellent. Let me see if I can move this thing up. Okay. So you guys can still see number 4? Okay. Can you guys see number 4?
Yes. Sorry, I was on mute.
Okay, that's okay. Tell it well. Use descriptive verbiage, avoid overusing adjectives, or use your power words. So we talked about power words. Whoops, sorry. You know, using some different words besides awesome and fantastic. So you can see the power words on there. Somebody come up with something that uses 3 power words to describe the manual food processor. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I've got 2 out of 3. Like the
Okay, go for it.
efficient and it's time saving. And
Cool.
I would say it's dependable or durable, or I don't know. I'm looking for the word because of the thing on the bottom. The
Grip. Yeah.
it doesn't slide on the counter when you're using it. The grip
Okay.
thing on the bottom.
So that makes
So I
it
was looking for a
dependable.
word about that. Yeah, like sturdy, I guess. Maybe that's a better one.
There you go. So string that together in a sentence. Time saving, dependable, and sturdy. Sell your manual food processor.
Well, everyone's got to have a manual food processor because it will save you time
Uh-huh.
while it efficiently chops up whatever you're needing to chop up, and it saves you time because you won't be chasing it all over the counter since it has the grip on the bottom that keeps it sturdy on the counter as you use it.
Excellent. Good job. So that's what you want to do is use that descriptive verbiage because that's what people are interested in. You know, they know things are fantastic or awesome, but they want to know why they're fantastic or awesome. So, and appeal to their senses. Okay, so we went too far. Hang on. Okay, number 5, demo tips. Use the product in a recipe, refer to the catalog, cross-sell by linking products, and share ideas for multiple purposes. So what products could you cross-sell with the manual food processor?
I think the cutting boards and knives, because
Excellent.
sometimes you're going to have to make it a little bit smaller before you put in there.
Mm-hmm. Give me
And
some
the
more.
sharpener, the sharpener that sharpens the blades on it.
Yep, that's excellent. So one more cross sell. How about the dual-sided cleaning brush?
That's always a good cross sell.
Yeah, it's a little thing, but trust me, people fall in love with it. So, okay, so that's good for cross-selling. How would you use this in a recipe? Give me a couple of ideas. Besides salsa.
Well, like I said, I chop my onions, guacamole.
There you go.
Cauliflower rice. I do cauliflower rice in it all the time.
There you go.
Oh,
So
that's
then they
good,
can take that cauliflower rice and make cauliflower crusts and all sorts of stuff.
My mom made tartar sauce in it the other day.
Excellent. So see, yeah, and you could talk about the stoneware with making fish and keeping it crispy. So that's a great idea. I like to make milkshakes in mine. So good job, guys. I like those.
The reason I bought mine was to make baby food.
Yeah, totally. We forgot about it. How many ladies do we have on the team that have just had babies or getting ready to have babies? So
Right.
you know, remember that. Just think about your crowd. You can appeal to the whole crowd, you know, from the beginning to the end. Okay, let's move on to number 6. Use your products to book and recruit. Create a desire to get the product free or discounted. Create a desire to check out the opportunity and reap rewards and all of the things that come along with that. So how would you use the manual food processor? How would you create desire for the manual food processor to book and recruit?
Well, they could virtually get it for free if they get enough money from their party.
And what level of party would get you a free
I think
manual?
$500.
I think you're right. 335 50. It's a $400 party, I think.
Okay, 400 on a party.
Yeah. So if they really, really like that, you know, what would you say to them to get them to book to get that free? Mariah?
Sorry, I'm trying to figure out how to unmute myself. I would just say, if you're really wanting this and it doesn't fit in your budget, let's get you booked and you can get this for free.
Okay. And would you tell them about the levels? Say, oh yeah, we'll have a $400, $500 party with you. And that way you can definitely get it for free.
Yeah, I mean, I probably would do that as later, not during the show.
Oh, okay. All right. Can anybody think of another way that they can get it in terms of recruiting?
I was
Kelsey?
trying to look. I don't know if it's part of the kit now or not.
I think it is. I think it's part of one of the kits.
Yeah, it's part of the ultimate one for sure. Or no, the deluxe one for sure, because I just got the deluxe one and the ultimate one.
Okay, good. And you
Oh,
know,
and it's part of the starter kit too.
oh, good.
all
So
three of them.
see,
Yeah.
yeah, I like that it's across the board. So that's really good. Say, hey, you know what? You can get a ton of products and the manual food processor, and you can have as much fun and make money as I do. What's another way that you can recruit and get them the manual food processor? Anybody have any ideas? Something you get after you qualify?
All those Pampered Chef dollars.
There you go. You get 100 Pampered Chef dollars. So they can use that to get their manual food processor too. So if it, for whatever reason, because I'm not looking at the kits right now, it doesn't come in the kit, but it probably does. But they can get an extra one for a Christmas gift. So, all right, so 7, inject humor. I know everyone knows how to do that because I know how funny you ladies are. So, you know, use your family. You know, I'm not above embellishing a story a little bit. I don't want to say, you know, lying because I don't like that. But I'm not above saying, you know, the house caught on fire and I was able to put it out with this. I know, I'm joking. I wouldn't say that. But you know what I mean? Just to have fun with it. You know, if somebody says, well, how would you use this? Or gives you suggestions. I had a lady at a party one time mention that she liked to camp a lot and she wanted to buy the salad spinner to wash her clothes. So Somebody give me something funny that has happened to them at a party or that they could use at a party. Nobody's funny?
Well, what comes to mind is when Jennifer, the party that I went to, Jennifer was at, and she had the silicone oven mitts.
Mm-hmm.
And she was saying, like, you know, what happens when you get chocolate on your silicone oven mitts when you're making chocolate chip cookies or whatever, you just lick it off. And so, you know, maybe, you know, you don't want to encourage people to lick their things while they're cooking, but it's funny that, yeah.
Well, no, that's great. Like it says on here, share unexpected product uses or benefits. You know, Jennifer jokes about one of the graters, you know, just hold it over your mouth and put your chocolate in there that way. You know, that's how Jennifer sucked me into Pampered Chef, was making it funny and being herself. So remember to be yourself too. What's a funny thing you could say about the manual food processor? Does anybody have any funny stories?
Like I said, I used it to make baby food.
There you go.
And to make the baby food, I used breast milk with like avocados and stuff. So nobody else would try the baby food but me because it had breast milk in it. So
Well, that's great. That's really good. Say, yeah. So see, you can, you know, push that into your show somehow, or talk about that sort of thing. You know, do you wonder what to do when the Gerber's jars are out, or something like that? All right. So number 8, tell tales from the kitchen. Share your experiences and ask for customer testimonials. Obviously, your host loves Pampered Chef. That's why she's having her party. And I'm sure she's invited 2 or 3 people who love it too. So that's a good chance at the beginning of the show or after you've done the demo to talk to people and say, what's your favorite product, or what do you have at home, or something like that. So anybody, you all can just say something, you know, share an experience. Or what's a testimonial you would give about a product that you love? It can be anything.
So that is a big deal. And you can just talk about
I always love it when my host brings out her stoneware, whether it's dark or not. You know, we talk about it. I love it when they start pulling things from their cabinets and saying, oh, you want to show this? Oh, you want to show this? Yeah, it may not be part of the recipe, but you can say, hey, Sally Sue has all of this stuff, and she, you know, she wants to get even more. When somebody says, I have all of Pampered Chef, say, no, you don't. We just came out with new stuff. You know, so, and you can then give testimonials on the new stuff from yourself, or talk about what all they have in their kitchens. So does that give you some ideas about how to incorporate that?
I've got some great people who are even like posting stuff like how they use like the take and make jar to do cereal and milk, and just you know, gives people better ideas. So that's good.
Yeah, that's good. And you know, I forgot about that, virtual parties. Get your hosts and guests involved. You know, I know that sounds simple, but really, you know, tell them they can post, because some people may not understand that they can, or that they can, like you said, talk about how they can use a product or how they use it that's different than everybody else. So, you know, make everybody, I don't want to say make everybody a salesperson, but make everyone a part of the party or part of the experience. So what do you guys think? You like this sheet? Will it help you?
will you?
I think it just helps you think about all the different.
What's that, hon?
I was just wondering if we would have it like emailed to us, or is there somewhere
Yeah.
we can
I'm
find
sure
it?
Jennifer will post it in the files. If not, she'll email it, or I
Okay.
can have a copy of it too. Just when she posts the notes from tonight's meeting, somebody comment on there and tag her or myself, and we can put it out. Okay?
Okay.
All right, we're finishing up, so I'm going to drag the computer over there. Thanks, guys.
Sorry.
Here, Jennifer, it's yours again.
Yay! Well, you want to,
Oh, yeah, I got to finish.
yes. There you go. Yeah. All right.
No, did it
Hi, guys. You just had your great teacher.
Yeah, exactly. So talking about that, they're like, so people who don't even want help.
All
so
right.
just start
All right, you
talking
guys
about
finishing up?
Oh, wow, that sounds really awesome.
Let's see here.
Okay.
I can't see the bottom of my screen.
So I would just go in and like try to process it place, and that would get going about it even more, and then just
Come on in, Tiffany and George.
So what did you guys think of the sheet?
It was fabulous.
It really was. Yeah, it's really good. Say thank you to Jennifer. I don't know where she got it from. Thanks,
It keeps pulling one way.
It does, and it makes you think of things that you're already thinking, but you don't know how to express them.
So I was telling her I get up in front of everybody. I'm like,
No.
so
Okay.
this is really awesome, and it's my favorite product. Next part. So this one's really awesome too, and it's like totally my favorite product.
My last cooking show, I had taken a Benadryl for him. It was my fastest show ever, and I kept saying something, it's fantastic, it's awesome.
She was saying, this is my favorite and it's awesome. And then this is my favorite and it's awesome. And this is my favorite and it's awesome.
I love beverages, don't you? That's really
I'm
good.
thankful for the descriptive words because I also need to
There you
do
go.
that to my meetings.
Descriptive
Yes.
words rock. I'm going to steal this
All
chair.
right, so each of you like that. It was a great tool, and that's what it is, a tool for you. So I'm going to ask each of you guys, or each pair, to share how you applied the selling skill to the products that you chose. So Sam, what did you guys choose as your hardest selling product? Or
We
what
went
was
with
yours?
the veggie spiralizer
Okay.
because she wants to be able to sell it more effectively.
Okay. Okay, so talk real fast, like you're on Benadryl. So how did you apply one of the selling skills? Give me one of them.
That it comes with a free ebook, so you don't even have to think of the recipes. It comes with
That's
it.
excellent. That's great. So you're appealing to quick, fast, able to use it immediately out of the box, right? Okay, so we'll move to George and Tiffany.
Well, hello there.
Hello.
We chose the Rock Crock just because we're always told that people want it, but then you can't afford it.
Yep.
One of the things we said was it's created from clay, which makes it heat resistant. The clear lid so that, so that you can see your food cooking. And then because it goes up to 752 degrees, it allows you to use the different heat sources. Paint a picture, soccer in the evenings with kids. You can come home from work and throw it into the versatile Rock Crock in the microwave with the freezer mill, and dinner is ready in under 30 minutes. Talk about a time saver, create a healthy and affordable dinner before soccer.
Excellent. Those are good. Thank you.
Or the chicken quesadilla soup
Oh,
for
there you
team
go.
meetings.
Right?
Katie.
Tiffany, you look like you had something to say.
Oh, go ahead. No,
You're good?
we're on the same page there.
Okay.
What, did you guys choose separate or same?
We chose the cookware
Okay.
because it's expensive and because I have nonstick cookware, and so it's hard for me to sell the stainless
Yeah.
because I prefer my nonstick cookware.
So Heather just jumped into that group.
Yeah.
You guys
Did you
can all
do
share.
cookware too?
They did
Yeah.
say
Okay,
let's
yeah,
cookware
it's
too.
really like number 5 or 6 on the list of the skill there.
Okay, you want me to do demo tip, or you want me to do?
Let me see.
Okay, how about use products to
Yeah,
book and
there you go.
recruit?
Go ahead.
Okay, since it's so expensive, it's super easy to book a show and host a show, and then you could essentially get money off or have pot. Can you have prices?
It's $467.50 instead of $935.
And what's the best part of our cookware?
It goes in the dishwasher.
It does?
And it has a lifetime
There you go. Excellent.
I need to
Jen's
definitely.
favorite
Now,
saying.
L isn't for loser
What's some-
anymore.
What's some descriptive word you use?
Sam was trying to say something.
Her favorite saying is the only expensive cookware that you can own is the one that you have to replace.
That's right.
I say that all the
Oh,
time.
that's smart.
Yes.
I need to write this down.
I love the fact that it has the that it comes with the steamer,
Yeah.
strainer, because then you can essentially cook several things at the same time. You boil your potatoes, you're steaming your broccoli. It
So,
allows you to
Say to me,
to
how
be-
would you sell it to me in terms of the food that you're just making right there? What would you say to me as a customer?
It is time saving, and you're not dirtying a whole lot of dishes because you're doing it all at the same time. You can cook 20 things at the same time because you're steaming your broccoli on top of boiling your potatoes, and then
Excellent.
you have 3 other burners that you can.
You sold me. I'm getting the whole set.
Heather, would you like to host a show so you can get it at half off?
Yeah.
Sure.
And how much was the price again?
$467.50 when it's half off instead of $935.
So give me the last skill, Heather, on what you guys chose.
We like to inject humor.
Yep.
Your hubby won't void the warranty or guarantee by tossing it in the dishwasher.
Yay!
Hey.
George is
like
taking issue with that.
Why is that the hubby?
So,
All right.
one more thing, there's a page in the magazine that is a visual for your customers. So it's like making a soup with little glass bowls on the steamer.
Yes, that's the
Yes.
chili cornbread.
So my nobody bought it, but they were really impressed. They're like, "Oh my gosh, you can do that!" And I said, "Yep, it's on page blah 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 blah."
Yeah. And why don't you ask them online? Who wants to talk online?
Oh, does anyone want to talk online?
We're
Or
not going to ask them. We're going to assign somebody.
Oh, okay. Morgan. I saw that face. Share what you came up with in terms of injecting some humor in your item. We talked about the manual feed processor. You can talk about that or something else.
Right. The humorous part was that I used it to make baby food, and when I was making the baby food, I would use avocados and breast milk. So I was the only one that would taste the baby food for the baby.
Besides the
Nobody else
baby.
would help me out. Besides the baby.
So you're relating to your customers, you're relating to your host. You know, people like to laugh. They don't want to go somewhere for 2 or 3 hours and not laugh.
Right.
Because then they'll never talk to you again.
Yeah. Is anybody still on with us on the Facebook Live? Did they have a comment?
Debbie just says I'm here again.
Oh, okay. Hi, Debbie.
Hi, Debbie.
Hi, Debbie.
So anybody have an aha moment? We'll finish up real quick. Yeah, I saw him earlier. Does anybody have an aha like, oh, I can use this to do this? You know, I can use this skill to help me out in my show or fine tune my show.
Anybody have an aha?
I didn't think that I had a lot of stories about the cookware or about really any of the products because I'm just starting out. But really, I had quite a few.
There you go.
Nice.
We like Pampered Chef, but we get intimidated at the beginning, but we don't realize, oh, heck, we've got 20 things in the cabinet.
Yes.
Right.
So we're going to challenge you guys to post on the team Facebook page. I think Jennifer usually posts our meeting. So just post there or post individually when you've used a new sales skill at a show. So keep everybody interested and show them what we've learned tonight.
Yeah. And I'll have one place on the team or on the pumped wall, and then I'll have everybody post in the same spot. That way we don't have 20 different, you know, going on. So I'll just post who, you know, has a new selling skill or something that a success that they want to share.
I mean, there's 8 of them, so there's something for everybody.
Woohoo! Yay! All right, everybody give it up for Laura. Woohoo! Great job, Laura. All right, who wants to do some more recognition? Recognition. All right, so stand up if you got a booking last month. Woo! We love bookings. We love bookings. We love bookings. All right, so bookings aren't showing up for a whole lot of people, so I'm not sure what either you guys really aren't having them. I know some people's, because they're direct selling, it's not showing up. But Heather was the one with the most bookings last month, so come on down, Heather! Woo! Come on down and get your ribbon! All right, and how about your team, Miss Lise? Bookings, do you know?
Chelsea, I think, had 2.
Chelsea had 2 bookings! All right, so let's see, 4 cooking shows. Stand up if you did 4 cooking shows last month. Not a one of yous did 4 cooking shows last month. All right, not a one of you. So this month I want you guys to have a goal to do at least 4 cooking shows. So the most cooking shows that were done last month was Caitlin and Crystal both did 3 cooking shows. So so you guys amp it up a little bit. It's the fall selling season. Book some shows. All right. Did anybody on your team do 4? No, Lisa? Okay. All right. So stand up if you recruited someone last month. Yay, Lisa! Lisa Zachary recruited. Michelle recruited. Janice Abel recruited. Tracy had 2 recruits last month. And I had 2 recruits last month. So top recruiter and technically on the first line of my immediate team. No, right. All right, and then highest percentage earner was Caitlin with 26%. Why do we like more percentages?
More money.
More money per night. I mean, really, do you want to go out and make 22%? 23%? 24%, 25%, or 26%?
Yeah.
Yeah, 26%. And actually, she would have made even more. At 4,000, it would have went up to 27%. So, and then as you promote, you can go up to 31%. Okay, so work smarter, not harder. All right, yay! All right, so we're going to go on to our next training topic, which is 4 steps to a customer call. Are you ready for this? 4 steps to a customer call. So I'm going to ask you, because I'll be training this one. All right, are you guys ready? Are you guys ready? That's my Dave Letterman.
Just talking
All right.
Chelsea, but all of
I know. All right, so who could even, I ran 11 miles this morning. I should not be this peppy. I should be laying on the ground. And that's what I will do when you guys walk out the door. All right, so we're going to talk about customer care. So think about all the times that you've had great customer service. Think about the times you've had great customer service. It felt really good, right? All right, I always tell this story about when I went to Von Mar. My husband had given me money. He sent me to the spa all day. It was my birthday. Sent me to the spa all day, and then he told me to go and find a beautiful dress to come home in. I'm like, okay. So he gave me money to go to that. Didn't have a whole lot of money, so I'm always on a budget. So I go to Von Mar. I'm shopping only on the clearance rack, okay? Because at Von Mar, you shop on the clearance rack, okay? So I'm on the clearance rack. The lady comes out, and she's helping me, and she's helping me try on all these dresses, waiting on me hand and foot on the clearance rack. Okay. And I was telling her, I don't know what I'm doing. He just sent me to the spa for the day, and then we're going out. I have no idea where I'm going. I don't know what, but he said to come home dressed to the nines. So she's waiting on me hand and foot and helping me figure out a dress. So I finally find the dress. I go home. A couple of days later, I got a card from her in the mail. Oh my gosh, I don't know what you were able to do, but I really hope you had fun. I know you looked beautiful in the dress, and whatever. And I was flabbergasted because number one, I wasn't shopping on the $1,000 rack. I was shopping on the clearance rack. Okay. And she went back and contacted me and was like, I hope you had fun, whatever. That has stuck with me. And that was years ago. And I still remember that, okay? So how many of you want to have your customers remembering you years from now? I mean, don't you know Von Mar made a customer out of me forever, all right? Number one, their quality is really good, and I'm still only shopping on the clearance rack, but, okay, they made a customer out of me for life. How many of you went? Because that was at least 13, 14 years ago, all right? Because Nolan wasn't even around, he's 10. So I still remember that. How many of you want your customers remembering you 10 years later? Hi, Morgan. I know, right? 10 years later, I still remember her. All right, so if it was worthwhile, if it was a while you were shopping, perhaps the salesperson was helpful, knowledgeable, listened to you, showed you what you wanted, or sold you a different product altogether. Or if you needed service after the purchase, maybe the representative was especially helpful or diligent in finding the solution for you. Whatever the situation, it went well and you were happy with the outcome, okay? Now think about a time when you're at your show, all right? It's going well. The recipe came out perfectly, all right? The host is happy. The guests are having fun. And then you meet with each customer. They place their order. You make some small talk, okay? And even if you're virtually, you're following up with them and doing the customer 3-pile checkout, either on the phone, hopefully that will always be your best way to do it, or at least by text or email, all right? You make small talk, you offer the opportunity to host, you offer the opportunity to join your team, and then what? Then you go home, right? Do you ever call them? Yeah. Do you ever send them an email? What happened? All right. Did you know that you could be leaving money on the table? All right. How many of you have had shows where you've never called or emailed any of the guests after the party? Raise your hand. All right. Only person's hand is not going up in this room is Tiffany's. And that's because she's only done 1 or 2 parties. All right. So why are we always leaving money on the table? We talked about this today during recruiting as during our new consultant training as well. We never want to leave money sitting on the table. How many of you, like I said, I asked them, if I put $500 on the table, you could take it. Would you take it? Oh, yeah. Okay. So never leave money on the table. All right. So if you aren't following up, you could be leaving money on the table. So we're going to explore the chef model. Okay. So we have 3 different envelopes. So I need someone to raise, 4 people raise their hand, come get an envelope for me. Somebody, come on, Laura. Who else is going to get an envelope in there, right? So there's 2. Heather will. All right. There we go. All right. So we have 4 different envelopes. 4 different envelopes. All right. So which one is number 1? Number 1. And so open, huh?
You're number 1.
You're number 1. All right. So number 1 is C. Number 1, let's open it up and let's read it.
Okay. Connect. Take a moment at the beginning of each call to reconnect with your guests and recall the fun of the show. Hi, Sarah. This is Katie with Pampered Chef. Thanks so much for being a part of our show at Tammy's last night. It was fun, wasn't it? I think I remember you saying that this was your first show, which makes me really interested to hear what you thought about last night. What did you enjoy most about the show? C, connect.
All right, so we have the first letter is C, connect. All right, so everybody write down on your paper. If you had your sheet that Laura gave you, you can flip it over, or for you that are at home, C, connect. So we just want to connect with our guests, okay? So how did you guys like the script that Laura said? Do you feel like you could say that script as well? Good, because I happen to have a copy of it for you here in just a minute, all right? So we want to connect. Sometimes we need to take them back to the show experience. We need to remind them about that delicious thing that we made last night, okay? Or how much fun we had. Oh my gosh, can you believe how much we were laughing and having so much fun at the party last night, okay? So you want to connect with them. Whenever you have your drawing slips, you want to take little notes on them. Okay, or maybe on your virtual parties, if they commented something about a specific product that they really liked or that they were really interested in, you're going to make note of that before you call them. Okay, and so then you're going to take them right back to that party experience so they can remember how much fun it was. All right, girls who are on my 6 Weeks to Success class, our next call is over customer care. And we're going to go into this a little more in depth. If you're not in my 6 Weeks to Success class, you can jump in the next time we start the training. But I do talk about the 2-2-2, okay? Within 2 days, within 2 weeks, within 2 months. Alrighty? So you just want to connect with them. This becomes really important whenever it's the 2 weeks and the 2 months call, because then they need to go back to that party experience again. Okay, so you want to connect with them. So take little notes on your drawing slips. What if, if you mention, or if they mention something about their husband losing a job, or they really loved the rock crock but they couldn't get it, or they had, that day maybe you heard them and their mom had passed away. Well, they wouldn't be there if that happened, but you know what I'm saying. All right, so something that's going on with them, you just want to take little notes and notes on your card or on their drawing slip, little things about them. Okay, so you want to connect with them. All right, who has the next one, which is H? H
for Heather.
H for Heather, she said.
Help and appreciate.
Help and appreciate, all right?
All right. After you've connected with your customers, explain why you're calling. Be helpful and find out what they need. Share product and recipe tips. Suggest related products that they might enjoy. Explain product guarantees and remind them to keep their receipts. Which we don't have to now if they give us their email. Yay!
Yes, which they have.
All right. I hope you love the blank that you bought. Have you ever used it to make something? There's a great recipe that my family loves. Can I email it to you?
All right.
Help and
H.
appreciate.
So we just want to be thankful for their purchase, and we want to be able to help them a little bit more with that item. So especially if it was a big item. So I know Tiffany and George and we were talking about the rock crock, and they said they're having trouble selling the rock crock because it's so expensive. So I told them, anytime you have a really expensive item, you have to make them understand the value of that item. So on quick cut paring knives, we say, oh my gosh, this is the best little paring knife you've ever used. Done. All right. But on the rock crock, we have to tell all the fabs, the features, advantages, and benefits. If you've been on my team and been to more than one recipe night, you've heard me stress over and over and over the features, the advantages, and the benefits. So features tell, advantages and benefits sell. Okay, so we have to make sure on the rock crock that we give them tons of reasons that they're going to have a $139 pot. All right, so and if you truly believe in it because you've used it or you've seen enough testimonials about it, it's going to come through in what you're talking about. So you may say, oh my gosh, how are you enjoying your rock crock? Okay, and then you're going to ask them, have you made anything in it? Have you tried anything in it? How did you like the way it cleaned up? Have you tried it on your grill yet? Can I send you a recipe? So we're just being helpful, all right? It was helpful in what? Helpful in appreciate. So clearly if they bought a rock crock, you appreciate them greatly. Hi, little pumpkin guy watching with Morgan. All right, so you want to appreciate them. So they need to know that you truly appreciate their purchase. So did I appreciate all the help that the lady gave me at Von Maur? Absolutely. And so she never knows, I know she doesn't know that I'm still talking about her 12 years later or how many ever years it was, but I appreciated everything that she did for me. And that's what we want them to know. It's no secret that I kind of like Jesus, okay? He's kind of everywhere in my house. So I really see my business also as a ministry opportunity, all right? I have an opportunity to be a blessing to others. So whenever I help them get dinner on the table quick and fast and can get their family back together around the dinner table, then I've done it, that's going to start building that family unit even stronger, okay? But I also just need to be a good witness and a good seller. I don't just want to sell somebody something and them not know how to use it. That's not a good testimony for me. So I want them to know, I appreciate that you purchased it. I want you to get your money's worth out of it. For 30 days, they can pick it up right from their door. If they get it home and they hate it, for 30 days, Pampered Chef will pick it up from their door for free. Day 31 to day 365, they just have to ship it back and they can replace, refund, or exchange it. Okay, day 365 to however long the item is under guarantee, they will replace it if it breaks as long as it wasn't self-inflicted. So you can't take your stone outside and drop it and expect them to replace it no more than you could do that at Walmart, okay? But we want them to be happy with their stuff and we want them to know, I've got your back. Here's a ton of recipes for your rock crock that I want you to use. When I get an outside order and they've purchased something big like that, I always send them an email, thank you. And how many have you heard me say, never type the same thing more than once? Raise your hand. If you're in my 6 Weeks to Success class, you've heard me say it many times. Never type the same thank you, Mariah. I saw your hand. Never type the same thing more than once. So every one of my thank yous says exactly the same thing. As a matter of fact, I already have a little link in there for the rock crock recipes. Even if they didn't buy it, they still get it because hopefully they might want to buy it because they see all the recipes. But if they bought something that is a higher price item that I have a recipe cookbook for, I will attach it to that thank you. All right, so I don't get everybody called, but every single one of my outside orders gets a thank you reply email. Whenever they get it at the show, then I tell them personally thank you. But if they do it outside order, I ask them about hosting a show and always give them a recipe and thank them. Okay, and I remind them your card's not going to process. So helpful and appreciative. All right. So CH, that must make what comes next. Number 3, E. All right. So E.
Expand the possibilities. You've helped your customers with their specific needs. Now is the perfect time to share upcoming guest and host specials. Invite them to host a show or ask them to consider joining Pampered Chef as a consultant. I know you've got more things on your wish list, and I'd love to help you get everything you want. In fact, next month, blank is on special. Do you have friends who'd enjoy getting together and learning ways to make cooking fun and easy?
All right. So how hard was that to say?
Not hard at all.
And how many of us leave that out whenever we're making our calls? Because we don't want to feel like we're being pushy, right? How many times have you heard, I don't want to be pushy. I don't want to be pushy. I don't want to be a pushy salesperson. All right. But if they have a bunch of stuff on their wish list, okay, or, I mean, you may not even know what's on their wish list. I just assume that there's a bunch of stuff, because how many of you have ever been handed a catalog and you want 50% of what's in the catalog, but you buy 3 things and you spend your $30? Okay.
I got started.
Yes.
You said you're not buying it all.
Yeah. Okay, then I'll just get it. I'll just sell. Samantha said that's how she actually wound up being signed up. So because people just can't afford it. And by the time they get through their wish list, we come out with new stuff again. 4 times a year, we come out with new stuff. So we always have something to dangle at them. So we're being stingy if we're not reminding them, hey, we've got this coming up on special next month. Would you like to get some friends together? And, you know, we have a wine, cheese, and chocolate, or we have a fajita night, or we have a whatever recipe you're offering, okay? So you can offer that to them. Did you know my average host gets blah? So if you don't have an average that you're real happy with yet, then say, I'd like to keep my show average at X, all right? So all the beginning of this year, I told everybody I like to keep my show average at 1,000. I like to keep my show average at 1,000. I like to keep my show average at 1,000. That's $215 for free. That's, 5 half price items. That's a 30% discount. So guess what happened to my show average when I told people that the whole year?
Went to 1,000.
It's at 985. All right. So I told him all year, it's at 1,000. It's at 1,000. It's at 1,000. How many times did I like it's 1,000? It's 1,000. It's 1,000.
But I got there.
Yes.
And I didn't think that I would.
Wait, stop. What did you just say?
I got to $1,000 in my show, and I didn't think I would, but you kept telling me to get to 1,000, and so I made it happen.
Yeah. All right, Tiffany.
True story, same thing, 1,200.
All right. So you just keep telling them it's 1,000. It's 1,000. So last year it was 777. This year it's not. Yay! All right, because we just keep telling them, okay? So tell them, I like to keep my show average at, and you just start deciding what number that is. The Bible says you have not because you ask not, and speak those things out as though they were. And that's what I did the whole year. So do it. All right, so be appreciative, help them, and then I just forgot what your topic was, CHE. Expand the possibilities of having a show or joining your team. Okay, so how's it going? Online people, you guys following me? Yes? Okay, so then if we have CHE, what letter do you think is coming next? F. F. It spells chef.
Future contact. Close the conversation by agreeing on next steps, such as scheduling a show, arranging a time to meet, or placing an order. You should also show appreciation for your customers' time and business. Remember to end the call on a positive note. Thanks so much for taking the time to talk with me today. I really appreciate your interest in Pampered Chef. Please don't hesitate to call me when you need anything. My phone number is
blah, 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 blah.
And my personal website is
blah, 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 blah.
Exactly.
All right. So we just want to thank them, and then we want to always end on a positive note, and always what's next. All right. So everything, just like anytime you do anything with anybody, if you're having a recruiting conversation and she's not ready to sign right then you're going to say, I'd like to talk to you again within 48 hours. Okay. Or she says, I need to talk to my husband. Great. Can we talk on Wednesday? When's the next time we can talk? If they're saying that they have to look through the dates that you have available for a show, then you say, okay, I have this date and this date and this date. And then, look it over. And then if I haven't heard from you on X day, can I text and ask you again? So anytime anybody, takes home dates that I have at my shows that I have available for my next open show date or whatever, I always ask them, if they don't pick a date right there, always try to get that date secured right there at the party. But if you can't, then you're going to say, do I have permission to text you and remind you right before we close the show to make sure that Lisa gets her 50% off item, okay? And so that gives you permission to then follow back up with them before you close out the show, all right? So with the guests, if they're not interested yet in having a party, is it okay if I call you in 3 months when we come back out with new product? And then I can tell you, or is it okay to contact you at the beginning of the year? Usually our host special in January is the best special of the whole year. Is it okay if I call you in March? We come back out with a new fall or spring catalog in March. And so you're just gonna always leave your foot, you guys can't see me. You're always gonna leave your foot like right there, right there in the door, all right? Until they tell you, Heather, don't ever call me again. You always want to leave your foot in the door just a little bit. All right, can I follow back up with you? Or if there's a particular item that goes on sale, would you like me to contact you? All right, so you can make notes in your system to remind you everybody who wants the rock crock, you know. So if the rock crock goes on special, you can call all these people, okay? Or I want to know whenever cookware goes on special, then you'll have a list of people that you can call. And, oh, I met you at Angie's show. Always write down as much information. Met you at Angie's show. We had such a great time. When I spoke with you, you mentioned that you were interested whenever cookware went back on special. I can't wait to tell you cookware's going on special in X month. And, you know, would you like to do a party now? All right. So customer care is super important. So I'm going to have Kirsten, will you hand these out?
Oh, certainly.
And have you noticed that I have not said your name wrong one time tonight? Girl, I practice when I run. I'm like, Kirsten, 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 Kirsten. The problem is I have a neighbor 2 doors down who's a Kirsten, spelled exactly the same way, and I say it wrong every single time. All right, so we're always going to make sure that we are following the chef mode, C-H-E-F. And girls who are online, don't worry. I will post this so you guys can have a copy of the chef so you guys can see it. Yay. All right, so you've got your handout there, and so you've got all of your scripts that you can say, and that'll help you to come up with things whenever you're making your customer care calls. And so what you want to think about too is what we can also do before the show. So anybody, if your hostess uses your website to invite people through the party, all right, you can see everybody who's coming to the show if she goes in there and puts them in. So I encourage my hostesses to go ahead and add every single person an email on there, because then my website will send reminders for her. Okay, so she doesn't have to worry about doing that. So if you can get your hostesses to go into her party, whenever you send that first email from the website, okay, there's a place after you create the show tab, all right, there's the one that says guest list, email host, host wish list. And when you click on that guest list, if she's went through and put everybody in, then there's a place at the bottom that you can send a reminder email. You can send, we're getting ready to close out the show email. You can send, there's a whole bunch of, whenever I have a show that I'm doing that's a freezer meal workshop, I use that to send everybody the order ingredients, the recipe list that they need to get at the grocery store, which they only give you so many letters to be able to use. So I usually wind up making that into an Evernote and just putting the Evernote link in there. But you can thank the guest. I mean, there's all sorts of things, and you can send it as the host, or you can send it as the consultant. So if you send it as the host, you can actually send it for her. Sneaky, sneaky. All right. And so they open it because it's her email that it's coming from. Okay. Or you can send it as the guest or as the consultant so that they know it's coming from you. You can CC the host and you can CC yourself. So you know whenever it goes out and you can see how it looks. All right. So those emails are on there that you can use. So make sure if you can get your hostess to go ahead and put everybody in there. And then what does that do for you the night of the party as well?
They're in there.
They're in there. You don't have to type in name and email for every single person. It's in there, which I go ahead and add address and telephone. Every one of my guests, when they come to my party, name, email, address, telephone goes into my system when I'm taking their order. All right. So, all right. So you guys, now the baby's on there. Hi, baby. All right. So we've got that. And then after the show, we can send a thank you email after the show's been submitted. Thank you so much. All of your cards were just processed. Here's the recipe that we used tonight. You know, if you still want to book a show, there's still time. All right. So I'm going to let you in on a little secret. If they don't book the show before you close out the party, the system's not smart enough to know that still. All right. So say Katie had her party in May. all right? And then we close out your show, and then one of your friends asked me in June to book a party, I technically can still give you the 50% off item at that party. The system is not smart enough to know that, okay? But it just has to be a real booking from that party, all right? So, oh, I didn't have anybody book a party from this party, so I'm just going to pretend like it was Susan and let her go ahead and have it. Because it will automatically try to offer every past host that 50% off item who's at the party. If you have 10 people at the party and they were all past hosts, it will offer it to every one of them, all right? So it's your job to know which host is the past host.
How do you handle that when you have co-hosts?
I tell them who's was the friend that booked. All right. So if they're co-host and so say Lisa and Heather hosted, all right, and they're co-hosting and I'm the guest and I booked the show. All right. Then I ask, Lisa, is Jennifer your friend or Heather, is Jennifer your friend? And if they're both your friends, I say duke it out.
Okay.
Yeah. Duke it out. Figure it out. Yes, ma'am.
Something else I've discovered, I've had a couple of hosts book their own future parties.
Yes.
And at their party, they get the future party pick for the past host.
That's exactly
so
right.
They get an additional 50% off item.
Yes. Always encourage your past hosts to rebook off themselves because if it's been within 6 months, they can go ahead and take advantage of the future party pick, the 50% off item. So rebook your host every 6 months and she can always get an extra 50% off item. Yes. Okay, so the other ways that we can interact with our customers is on social media, texting, email, and it's cracking me up because they put phone call last, because I will tell you not one person I've ever polled has ever said call me. Not one. Not one. Not even one. Okay. Did I mention not one? Right. So texting and Facebook messaging is what I seem to get the best response on. All right. So I want you to stop for a second and I want you to think about, what am I going to start doing? Okay. Look at your chef and I want you to figure out, what are you going to start doing? What are you going to start doing? You guys look at your paper. On your chef, all right, are you going to start connecting? Are you going to start calling? Are you going to start sending emails before the show? Are you going to start sending emails after the show? Are you going to send the recipe out to every person who was at your party? Which you can do that. Once you've put all the people in, you can send it after the show email to every single one of your guests. All right, so whether they were at the party or not. You can even select which guests you want to send it to. You don't even have to send it to all of them if you didn't want to. Maybe only 3 people asked for the Rock Crock recipes. I personally would go ahead and send it to everyone, but if 3 people ask, you can actually pick those 3 people and just send the Rock Crock recipes to those 3 people, okay? So after the show emails are super important. Are you going to start making phone calls? Are you going to start calling people within 2 days? Are you going to start thanking them for their order? Sending them a card. Anybody who spends more than $100 with you should always get a thank you card in the mail. We were talking about that, Crystal and I. My goal is to send out 5 personal notes every single Wednesday to somebody, whether it's a team member or a really good customer or just a personal somebody. Every Wednesday I try to send 5 personal notes. I want every one of you go out to your mailbox. What's the first thing you look for? Something not a junk mail, something not a bill, right? When you check the mail, you open it all up and come on, right? Don't we all look for something that's not a bill, that's not junk, all right? How would your customer feel if they got a personal thank you from you? Who are you smiling at? Is it my son? Is it my kiddo?
I saw nothing.
Whoever's up needs to go to bed. Dude, you need to go to bed. Okay. My dad told me to be quiet as a mouse. That would be my son. All right. So I want you to start thinking about it. Personal notes are always going to get your best result. After that, a text, a Facebook, an email, something like that, and then a phone call if you want to do. Like I said, no one ever answers the phone. Raise your hand if you answer phone calls for phone numbers that you do not recognize. Raise your hand, you answer phone calls.
I answer when I do recognize.
Yeah. George said even when he knows them, he doesn't
Text me, I'm
answer.
not gonna answer.
Right?
I generally have 2 screaming children going on. So.
Right? 2 screaming kids, I'm not going to answer. If I don't recognize your phone number, I'm not answering your call unless I think it might be something business related, okay? Nobody else does either, I'm just saying. So if you tell all of your people, save me as Pampered Chef, last name Jennifer Courtney. So save me in your phone, Pampered Chef, last name Jennifer Courtney. I said you'll always remember Pampered Chef. You'll forget Jennifer Courtney, but this will give you an opportunity to contact me should something happen. So if they did that, then they'll know it's you calling. Then they still might not answer. All right. But Pampered Chef, Jennifer Courtney, you never know. All right. What did you guys think about that? Customer care. I got a thumbs up. What did you guys think? Thumbs up? Thumbs up? Yay, I got a clap. Woohoo. All right, and then ladies, this is what we passed out today. So I'll make sure that this goes online so you guys can say it. Morgan, you got a question? I see you raised your hand.
I just didn't know what that did.
Yeah, it means you had a question.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, that's cool. All righty, so yay, customer care. It sets you apart. All right, so we need to move on to Miss Lisa, and I think we have a little bit more.
Probably won't take.
No, it won't. All right, so come on down, Lisa. Woohoo! Lisa's got the floor. She's going to talk to you about leads.
Yeah.
Oh, it's passing along. Okay.
Groovy. So
Nice and loud.
There are so many people who may not yet know about our great products, or who don't currently have a consultant. Like how often do you meet somebody who says, "What's the famous line?"
Oh my gosh, I love Pampered Chef.
There you go. There you go. So let's think about all the places or people, professions where we can find leads while we're out and about. So Jennifer's handing out leads from A to Z.
So tell people online they can just write down A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
Write down your alphabet. Does everybody know their alphabet? A to Z.
So it'll look like this.
Yep.
Keep going.
And we're going to set our timer for 3 minutes. And you guys are going to work in small groups. Why don't we just do 2 groups? U4 and U4.
And then
you guys have 3
U3.
minutes. So you got to be quick. And for example, A, aquarium or accountant. B, beach or bakery.
And you can't use the ones she's given you.
No, you got to come up with your own. So 3 minutes to come up with A to Z places where, or professions
Where you
out
can
and
meet
about.
people.
Yeah, where you can meet people.
All right, why don't you take and go with them?
Yeah.
That's what I came up with too.
All right, guys, I'm getting my timer. Timer.
All right, you can go with them.
So only 3 minutes. So you guys write down your A to Z. Shout out some different ideas you're coming up with.
We'll have to unmute.
Yeah, unmute yourselves.
It started with Z, which is zoo. So
There you go. That's easier.
T for teachers.
There you go. That's an awesome one.
X-ray technicians, X.
Oh, there you go. Cool. Yeah. What else? What can you think of?
I have a crying baby. I'm sorry.
Well, you're good. You're good. So where do you take your crying baby? Where's the places that you take your baby that you could meet people?
The park.
There you go. Yep.
Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
Kindergarten teachers for K.
Oh yeah.
Go to school, so.
Are you guys writing them down?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, Morgan, I made it where you can chat. You can chat, tell us.
Yes. There you go.
If you see chat, you can type in your ideas.
Yes.
Diane, you can chat your ideas on with me too.
Yeah. Any great? Think outside the box. Don't. Sometimes I think we always, okay, that's the first thing that comes to my mind, but think about the second thing that comes to your mind. 'Cause that's usually someplace different. I mean, like the grocery, that's, Jennifer is always, when we're at the grocery store, those are easy. Heather's eyeing the cake that I made that you guys are missing. And Mariah, I have your calendars. I'll have to get them to you. Yep.
Like I have one.
You guys, that good? We got a minute. You guys have a minute left.
Yeah, I felt bad about not coming to get those, but I just didn't feel up to it tonight. So,
I forgot them.
well, good. Then I don't.
I was like, oh
I'll get them before the beginning of the year. So.
no. There you go. There you go. Yes, yes. Ice skating, deli, ice skating rink, that's good. Baby boutique, mom's group. Yes. Yes. Where else? See, you could do church. Or the car wash. What about the car wash?
Movie theater.
Yeah, Jennifer just said movie theater. Mm-hmm. Yeah. The doctor's office for D. Daycare. 18 seconds, guys. The vet. Yep. Yoga class. If you do yoga. Salon. Yes. Yep. Those are good ones. Yep. All right. We're about ready. Guys ready? Well, I'll have Jennifer unmute you guys so you can share some of yours. All right. Is everybody about done? Prison? Jennifer said prison. Really? Prison? Really?
Hey, they have to eat too.
Right? They have to eat.
Yeah, but on our dime.
So you've got more time.
What it said to do.
Let's see.
Just a couple more.
Stealing from them, I heard waiter.
Oh, yeah, I did the update. I did the update. I don't like it.
Yes.
Yahoo Email.
Until 9:15.
Yahoo
Yeah.
go through. What do you for Jen? For your Jen with her?
Okay.
Job seeker.
All right. Everybody about done?
Hey,
You guys good?
actually works at Racetracks. Yeah.
Did anybody online have any ideas of places we could do A through Z? You can put your comments on here.
I see you.
Hey, I see you.
3 hours.
Opera
Hey, I was there
Opera
a couple times
theater.
last month. I'm good. Amen. Yeah, I flipped through the calendar.
Okay, you guys through?
Oh,
Most of them?
Don't you think that I walked out of that ER without giving a
Oh, yeah,
call?
but you do have some
Yeah.
stuff to go through.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so
Let's read them all off.
Laura and then read your list. Heather, read your list.
A for arcade.
Oh, arcade. Do they still have those?
B for bistro and boutique.
Bistro, boutique,
Okay.
College.
Yes.
dorm,
Yes.
Donut maker.
donut maker,
Dental.
Elevator.
dental office,
Freezer. Because people hang out.
Freezer.
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 Some letters are
At your second
Like the Tasty
Did
Freeze.
anybody else come up with it?
Like Dairy Queen, the Tasty Freeze.
Farmers market.
Farmers
Market.
market. There you go.
Garage sale.
Garage sale.
What
That's
else
okay.
did come up? Let's hear all of them
All of
all at once.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
1, 2, 3. Jeez. Garage sale, grocery store.
Yeah.
Hairstylist.
H. What else? Anybody else?
Hospital.
Hospital.
Hospital. That's a good one.
Speaking of hospitals, ICU.
ICU. Anybody else? I.
In-laws.
In-laws. There you go.
Ice cream parlor.
Yes.
Janitor.
Janitor.
Job seeker.
Job
There,
seeker.
job seeker. That's a good one, right?
Anybody else come up with any J's? What?
Did
you say
Oh, I thought you said juggalo.
Jello shots? What?
Jazzercise.
Oh my goodness.
I
Yes.
don't really know. I just know that it's not a good word, so.
A gigolo? Maybe a gigolo?
I don't know.
So that's
I'm
a G.
I just see
Jiggles
the
are
G.
G,
Makes me
yeah.
laugh.
Yeah.
Don't ask me why I know that.
Jazzercise.
Jello.
Where'd you make
Yeah,
your
you
last
guys, do you guys have any other ones too? You guys shout yours out
I thought
too.
it was somebody who rapped.
Jazzercise.
Jazzercise.
Uh,
Good one, Morgan. Good one.
kindergarten teacher.
Okay,
There you go.
kindergarten teacher. What else?
Kinder care.
K's.
Kinder care.
Kitchen store.
Yeah, there you go.
What?
All right, we're being crazy. Kinder music.
Kinder music.
Kinder music. There you go. Yes, that's a good one.
L for people in your living room.
Living
People in your
room.
living room. Okay. All right, let's think of some L's.
Yes, L. The laundromat.
The
Laundromat.
Laundromat.
Library.
Library. The what?
lingerie.
Lingerie
section.
Lover.
George said lover. George said lover.
Really cute aprons.
We do have
for
really
the
cute
lingerie section.
There you go. Oh, my gravy. Liquor
Let's
store.
get out of the cupboard. There you go.
There you
Liquor
go.
store.
Been there.
Hey, we do have
Almost
wine
got a
opener.
party out of there.
We do wine opener and fajitas.
Good
Yes.
for mechanic.
Mechanic.
Yes. What did you say,
Mall.
Morgan? Did you say something?
Lowe's.
Theater.
The where? Lowe's.
Lowe's.
There you go.
Okay,
Yes.
Thank you for keeping it real.
Yes.
Firehouse. Debbie Ashby said Firehouse for
Oh,
us.
that's a good one.
Yeah, because firemen love to cook.
Yes.
All right, where
Yeah.
else?
In for nurse.
Nurse.
Yes. What was it?
In. What else do we have for
Mechanic?
in?
Yeah.
In. Okay.
In.
Nurse. Anything else?
Nail technician.
Nail tech. Yep.
What else?
Oh, for optometrist.
Optometrist.
Yes.
Orthodontist.
Ophthalmologist.
Yes.
Ophthalmologist.
Oncologist.
You said what?
Oh, God.
Opera theater.
Orchard.
All
Obstetrician. There
right,
you go.
now Orchard with your African
Orchard.
horse
Yes.
slicer.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
baby.
Yep.
All right, where else?
Optimist Club.
Optimist
There you go.
Club. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
I'd rather work with them than the Pessimist Club. Absolutely.
That
Loves
was
the
our next
peach.
one. Or physician.
Physician. All
Physician.
right, where else? P.
Pharmacist.
Pizza restaurant.
Pizza restaurant.
Preschool.
Popcorn
Popcorn
stand.
stand.
Pharmacist.
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 Preschool.
I have to tell you something about the peas real quick. There's a family pizza restaurant joint down the road from us called Dough Mama's, and her handles, or what do you call those things?
Molars.
The pie.
Yeah.
Anyway, she uses Pampered Chef
Oh, okay.
and
Yeah.
slicers and stuff. So I've given her my card, and she's going to
Yeah,
contact me.
yeah.
next week.
Awesome.
Hey,
Woohoo.
woo!
Yes. Pizza place.
All
Yeah.
right.
Q for Quiznos.
Quiznos.
Dairy Queen.
Here you go.
Cool. Quick.
Qdoba.
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 I got
Yes.
a off from a Dairy Queen drive-through one time.
Yes, you
She
did.
does from the Dairy Queen drive.
Because she has it on her card.
She does.
Mhm.
All right.
Rallies.
Rallies.
Racetrack.
I just said
Racetrack.
Racetrack.
Restaurants.
Restaurants. Yep.
End of
That's
the
good.
rainbow.
At the end of the rainbow. Good one,
We're the pot of
Kirsten.
gold. That's right.
That's my logo for my interior design thing.
Aw.
Yeah. So anyway, rallies. We
Yes,
already
we
did
did
that.
that.
Scientists.
Scientists.
Scientist.
School.
School. Soccer
Soccer
games.
games.
True story. I booked a freezer mill this past week. Soccer game.
Soccer
Woohoo.
game. Freezer Mill Workshop.
You guys have an S? Morgan and Mariah have an S?
Sam's Club.
Sam's Club.
Sam's Club?
Got that.
No.
Been there. Done that.
I had salon, but that's not too exciting.
Yes, salon. Yep, that's a good one. Yep.
Teller, like your bank teller.
Bank
Yep.
teller.
Teller.
Teller. What
Mhm.
else?
Teacher.
Teachers.
There's got to be a lot more T's.
Yes. For real.
All right.
Trainer.
Oh, and Mariah.
Trainer. Personal
Mariah also
trainer.
had deli and ice skating rink. on
Deli
D
and
I.
ice skating rink.
Mhm,
Sharon Zellen has booked people at the deli counter.
mhm,
She's signed people at the deli counter.
mhm,
All right.
Yep.
What else?
Umbrella stand.
Umbrella stand.
Because that's where yous are found at.
Uno's.
Yes.
Huh?
Uno's.
Uno's Pizza. There you go. Universal Studios.
Universities.
Universities. Yes.
Your
Your Uber driver. That's a good one. Yep.
All right.
Yep.
You misspelled my name.
V.
Volakoviches. You can
Yeah.
talk to the
You know how to
Volakoviches.
pronounce it.
Vets.
Veterans.
Veterinarian.
Yes. Veterinarians and veterans. Like,
Veterans.
uh-huh. Mhm.
Where else? Bees.
Somebody said
Vermont.
beaver
Vegans.
Yes.
Vegans.
Yay!
Yes.
Violinists.
Violin.
To your violinist. You don't sell the vegans. Do you
I
say
have
that?
one.
I mean,
Laura did. Yes. Laura said we don't sell to vegans.
People in Vermonters.
People who live in Vermont.
People who live in Vermont.
West Virginia.
Virgins.
The Tennessee Volunteers. Okay. No. Next. W. Heather has Washington D.C. They need Jesus, not Pampered Chef.
I almost spit my tea at the screen, so.
Who's that?
Washington, D.C.
Yes.
Waiters.
Waiters, waitresses, yes.
Where else? Where's Waldo, people?
Walkers.
Walkers.
Walmart.
The park.
Walmart.
They
Yeah.
need more than Pampered.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be
Walmart needs
Walmart
more than
people
Pampered
do?
Chef too.
They need clothes that fit.
They need Jesus. They need Jesus.
Yes. All right.
Walgreen people.
Walgreens.
There we go.
Yes.
All
Yes.
right. What else?
Then you go across the street to CVS.
Your xylophone player or maker.
Xylophone player.
Your x-ray tech.
You guys are good. X-ray tech. Yes. You guys are making me snort.
Extra gun chewer.
The triple X stores.
Shop.
That was
That's right.
CVS for your extra care.
Extra.
There you go.
Right.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, thanks, Sam.
He does. Thank goodness.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yahoo! Email people.
Yahoo.
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 Yes, Morgan had put yoga class. too.
Yoga class.
Yogurt shops.
YMCA.
You know,
That's
like
going.
Froyo, frozen yogurt places.
Yes,
yogurt
Froyo.
shops.
Yes, there you go.
Actually, I
Yogurt.
talked to one the other day. I might be having a party.
The
Woohoo!
people at Yellowstone National Park.
There you go.
Oh,
Yellowstone National Park. Morgan's making faces. I don't know if it's at us or the kids.
All of those yahoos that you
Could
know.
be
All
us.
the yahoos. you know.
Yahoos. Yes. Yes.
For
All right.
us, support groups. You get them into something else.
Okay. Support
There's
groups.
a lot of different
Yo-yo.
support groups.
Yeah.
What are they called? Yo-yo experts.
Yo-yo and
Yo-yo experts.
really.
And then the
Okay.
yo-yo.
Now we're just
She's yeah.
We have got
Yeah. Oh, that's what Morgan's making cute faces at. Look at that baby. She's making cute
Oh,
faces
yeah.
at.
All right.
Yes.
See.
Zookeepers.
Zookeepers. Yes.
Zumba class.
Zumba. Zumba. There you go. All right.
Goers.
Oh,
What I do.
yeah.
I do what the
People
zoo.
at the zoo.
yes.
Extravaganza.
Woohoo.
All I do.
Yeah.
Was at the zoo.
Okay.
Get them, zoo goers.
So no one can ever say they don't know where to get or meet people, right? Right?
Right.
We have
That's
at
right.
least 26 now, plus some. Some of them, though, stay away from.
Stay away from the triple X. I'm just
Hey,
saying.
they eat.
Right.
They got
right.
money.
Yeah.
Maybe it was
They
the
got
triple
money.
X energy drink. Maybe
Yeah.
that's what she meant.
Maybe.
Of course, that's what she meant.
Or
Yeah.
people who
Large
go to
size
see
people.
Triple X in the movies.
That's right.
That movie with what's his name in it?
Vin Diesel.
Vin Diesel.
Exactly.
Yes.
Not like the
There you
Triple X if you don't want to
Yes.
watch it.
Extreme sports.
I mean, we can't help it that your mind went there,
Extra gun tours.
Yes. Okay. So look how fast and easy it was to come up with all these great prospecting ideas. On the back of your handout, there are some ideas on how to get the conversation going with your leads. Like for the letter D for daycare. At the end of the day, while you're picking up your child, you see another parent. You can start up a conversation by asking questions something like, "This time of day seems so frantic, right?"
Right.
Right. Dinner time used to be crazy at our house, but now that I'm a Pampered Chef consultant, dinner time is so much easier. Wait for a response. You know, we offer great tools and healthy, easy to prepare recipes. Wait for the response. If you like, I can show you and your friends our great kitchen tools and a simple recipe to prepare. Wait for a response. If they're interested, you can reply with, "Is there a day or evening that works best for you?" That would also be a great one for your freezer meals, where, you know, I don't have to worry about dinner time dilemma anymore because I've got these freezer meals in my freezer that all I got to do is throw them in my rack crock, right? Or for the letter G, for the grocery. While shopping, you notice another person from the neighborhood. You can start a conversation with something like, "Meal planning can be so time consuming, right?
Yes.
I was in a rut with my family's menu, but since starting my Pampered Chef business, we've been eating healthier meals, and dinner time isn't such a dreaded chore." I don't think I would ever say that.
You can say what's good for you.
Yes, yes. You know, I could come by one evening and show you and your friends a way to prepare a week's worth of meals in under 2 hours. Or if you need a quick and fun way to connect with your friends, I can come over and show you our amazing tools and teach you a new recipe. How does that sound? And you can reply with, "Is there a day that works best for you and your friends?" Did you notice any similarities in both of these conversations?
You ask a question and you shut up.
Yes.
Let them speak.
Right.
It's so easy.
Yes. Anything else?
Sorry, I'm hearing you loud.
Yeah, no, you're
You have
good.
5 seconds.
Out on the back of your handout, there's a space for you to create your own conversation. So you guys can do that. Okay. Cool.
Woohoo!
So you've got a whole bunch of places that you can reach out.
Go get some stuff. Good
Have,
job,
have your mini catalog with you.
Yes, right. I need to be attached because I'm out of battery. All right, give it up for Lisa. She's in a bunch of great places. Woohoo! Jazzercise. All right, so just think about all the places that you take, and I bet you if you would keep that list around all the time, you would probably come up with some more places that we just didn't even think about tonight. So any place there's people who eat, and there's people who need our tools, and they want them for free. So let's book them. Let's sign them. Let's sell them. Let's help them because we've got something to help. All right, ta-da! All right, I'm gonna grab them all, and then hopefully I don't give you the one that is yours. Let's see here. Didn't fill that one? Okay. Oops. That's okay. Dun, ta-da.
Okay, so we.
All right. Oops, 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 oops. Here we go.
I'm in Thompson Park.
Did you do one?
Yeah.
Where is it?
Did you two do one?
Yes.
Okay.
No,
Okay. All right. So first of all, Mariah or Morgan, do you have a ta-da? This achievement deserves applause. This is something that you are so happy about that you had since the last meeting. Go
I
ahead.
had a $1,200 show.
You had a $1,200 show. All right, Morgan, something that you're happy about since the last, because the last meeting, what's something exciting?
I have a virtual party, a cooking show, and a catalog show all in October.
Yay! All right, let's go around the room. Go ahead, Heather.
I closed my very first party. Smiley face.
Who closed their very first party? Stand up. Ta-da! All right.
I was a director team by the skin of my chinny chin chin.
Yay! All right. Katie?
I made phone calls all last week, and I'm going on vacation.
Who's that? Stand up. Ta-da! All right.
I kept my kids alive.
Katie! Just so you know, we don't put our name on it. I knew it was yours.
I did a show, 947 in sales.
Yay, Crystal! You guys are totally forgetting the ta-da effect. You have to ta-da! All right.
I bought myself this cute dress because I got a raise. $12.50.
And at what time was it? 11 something. You were messaging me. She was messaging me. Can you tell me where my sales are? Because she knows at $12.50 she gets a raise. How smart was she? So yeah. Mm-hmm.
I got my first host that I didn't have to guilt into hosting a party for me.
Who's that?
Yay!
Yay! Congratulations.
You're like,
They actually want to do a party. Yay! Okay, so then consistency. So each month we have you take your name tag and we have you X out the days or the months that you're at your meeting. So we are looking for people who attended, who have been to just 3 meetings in a row. So look at your name tag. If you've been to 3 in a row, then you have a prize coming. 3 in a row. All right, who's been to 6 in a row? 6 in a row. You've just hit 6. So not you've been to 6 and now you're at 8, but you just hit 6. All right, 9 in a row. Anybody been to 9 in a row? All right. All right, 12 in a row. All right, so at 3 meetings in a row, you get a package of recipe cards. At 6 meetings in a row, you get a package of mini catalogs. At 9 meetings in a row, you get a package of full-size catalogs. At 12 meetings in a row, you get Pampered Chef logo wear. All right, you get $25.
Diane had it to that. October 21st is their final adoption court for Jeremiah.
Yay!
So, September.
Yay! So Diana just shared via the Facebook Live that her adoption went through for Jeremiah, and on the 21st, it'll be official, and she's got a show to submit. She turned in a show in September. Yay! All right, who was green by the 15th? That was Laura Forehand, Kelsey, Alex, Heather, George, Janice, Abel, Caitlin, Mariah, and Crystal. So come on down if you were. You can choose one of the three. So what would you like? Would you like new product flyers, invitations, or minis? New product flyers, invitations, or minis? What would you like? New product flyers, invitations, or minis? New product flyers, invitations. New product flyers, invitations, or minis? All right. Good job. Thank you for being. Thank you. What does green help? I need a napkin. What does green by the 15th mean? Somebody tell our new people.
Means you've submitted at least 150 in sales by the 15th of the month.
So the 15th of the month. And then what do you have to do to get them?
Be here.
You have to come to the team meeting to get them. Because, there we go.
There's some on the carpet.
Because we love having people, maybe a few more napkins. We love having people at the meeting. All right. In new consultant dollars, Caitlin ended with $700. Woohoo, Casey dollars. Mariah ended with $700. Crystal has until the 10th and has 400 Pampered Chef dollars. And then Tiffany, Courtney, Morgan, Nicole, and Katie are all working towards their first $100. Congratulations. Are you going to spit on that? I didn't even realize what you're doing.
It's okay.
It's okay. All right. So what we're going to do now is I just want to tell you that in September, we had, let's see here, we had 38 cooking shows. Our goal was 60, so we were a little shy of our goal, but we did 38 cooking shows. Come on, get that. We had $21,478 and $22 in just the first line cluster sales. Our goal was 40,000, so that's our goal for September or October. So we'll see what we can do. We welcomed 2 new team members on the Direct Courtney team. Our goal was 5. So we're almost there, guys. We're almost there. So if everyone just does a couple more parties and just start sharing the business opportunity, those numbers will be reached. Overall, the entire Courtney downline, we held 96 shows. Woohoo! Our goal was 120, so we're close. We're right there close. We had $52,392.08 in overall team sales. Woohoo! All right. Our goal was 70,000, so we're real close. And then we welcomed 7 new team members. Our goal was 10, so we're like right there. We're like right there. All right. So in October, our goal again is to do 60 cooking shows, 40,000 in sales for the Direct Courtney line, and help 5 new team members. Overall, our goal is to hold 120 shows for the entire Courtney organization, 70,000 in sales, and welcome 10 new people. So commit to helping either the sales, the recruiting, both, okay, and we're going to get there. So if you want to write down in your calendar, which your calendar dates are always on tiny.cc/current consultant, okay, but the next team meeting date is November 7th from 7:30 to 9:30. New consultant training is always from 6:30 to 7:30. Once you come to one new consultant training, you can continue to come to any more that you want to, but the material will always be the same. Okay, recipe night is October 17th, so that's 2 weeks from today, and it's from 7 to 9, and we had talked about doing a kids, so we could bring our kids and have fun and do either kids pizza or kids cookies. So I don't know if 7 to 9, if that's too late for your kids to be out. I kind of thought about that too, and so I don't know. So we can discuss.
What's that for? I'm sorry.
Recipe night. We were just talking about bringing the kids and letting them have fun with us, but maybe we could move it up to 6:30 to 8:30. With that,
what week is that?
That's 2 weeks from today.
Oh, yes, the 17th.
17th, 2 weeks from today.
It's just all break.
Yeah, we're the week before. Yeah, so, all right. And then our next director meeting is the 24th at 6:30 at El Rodeo. So once a quarter, we invite all team leaders to come to the director meeting at El Rodeo. So we had that this last meeting. So coming up on the 24th, it'll be directors and hire, 6:30 at El Rodeo. All right, so we just have to give away. Did we not do? Yeah, we did. We did. Okay. So this is the drawing slip for the night. So just like at your shows, you always want to do a drawing slip. Let's go. You always want to wait for them to fill it out. Go. Whoa. There we go. There we go. All right. So on the top right-hand side, if it doesn't have date on yours, make sure it does. Does everyone say date, top right-hand side? Yes, no? Okay. So today's date, excuse me, is what, 10/3? Is today the 3rd or the 2nd?
3rd.
Today's 3rd. Okay. So
And it's
10/3.
Monday, not Tuesday.
It is Monday. Huh?
Your email says Tuesday.
Oh, really?
Tomorrow's 10/4, good Betty.
Yeah. Okay. Ha ha ha. May the 4th be with you. All right. So today's date is 10. What email? What did I send?
Your weekly email.
Motivational.
Did it said Tuesday?
Yeah, it said Tuesday for the past couple weeks. Because last month it was Tuesday.
Oh, and I keep copying and pasting.
I keep forgetting to email you.
Thank you. But I'm glad you saw it. That makes me happy. All right. So your name, your phone number, how many cooking shows are on your calendar this month? So everybody put their little smiley faces on their leg. Yeah, or on your body somewhere. So every month, this is how many cooking shows you have. And then
Freezer Mills count as cooking shows?
I count my freezer meals as cooking shows. I don't count my virtual parties as cooking shows, but I do count my freezer meals. They're not cooking yet, but they're preparing close enough. All right, how many are on your calendar next month? How many do you want or do you need to hold this month and next month? How many of you have 26 different places now that you can go get a booking at? So not was this meeting helpful? What was helpful from this meeting? Which did you like? Did you like the chef model for following up with people? Did you like the leads from A to Z? Or did you like our icebreaker when we had to do suddenly? Or all your great effective selling skills that you now have from Laura?
You missed my suddenly.
I missed your suddenly.
He had one on.
It misspelled because I was speaking into my phone, but I was listening to you on the way here.
Oh, what did you say?
So I said, and suddenly I drove all the way to Monrovia for help. Because I was listening to where it was going.
Suddenly. All right. Who have you met recently who would be a good consultant? Who's expressed interest in the business? All right. We can call them together, but follow the 7-question recruiting or use your recruiting cards if you get them off the website. But if you will follow 7-question recruiting, if you will ask them the question, shut up and write down all their answers, watch my tutorial that I have on the website under current consultant. I have a video where I actually show you how I use the 7-question recruiting. So it will show you ask a question, you write it down, you shut up. Okay, we call them together. Did you invite guests to come? How many of you should always invite guests to come to every meeting? Every one of you. Do you need a personal call in the next few days? Now, I talk to all my people who are brand new. I try to talk to you guys, and then also the 6 weeks to success people. And I'm still trying to get my calendar together for this week. It is every day and every night I have something going on this week. So I'm trying to look at my calendar and squeeze everybody in this week. And then we go on vacation Saturday. All right, I'm going to collect them all. We've got 1 minute. All right. Morgan, thank you so much for participating. You're the cheese that stands alone. Thank you for coming to the team meeting tonight. God love you, girl. Keep me posted. All right. Kiss those babies. We'll talk to you later.
Okay, bye-bye.
What time?